If you have tightness, tingling, or pain that runs down the back of your leg, you might be tempted to stretch your hamstrings in an effort to help it to feel better. Well, you need to stop doing that. Because while your hamstrings might feel tight and stretching them out can offer some temporary relief, there are actually some other, more effective things that you could be doing to help eliminate this pain altogether. I'm Dr. Jared, and in this video, we're going to talk all about sciatica symptoms and why stretching your hamstrings isn't very effective, but most importantly, I want to give you 3 different options, 3 different exercises that you can do right at home to help eliminate this pain and help it to feel better fast. So why doesn't stretching work? Well, it's because that tightness and tingling and pain is a symptom of a problem, not the cause of the problem itself. Here's how I like to explain it. Our back is a series of vertebrae stacked on top of itself, and within that column is our spinal cord. Now, our spinal cord has nerves that exit out at each spinal level. Down low in the back, they come together and kind of form a common bundle of nerves called your sciatic nerve. That bundle travels down your leg and is responsible for the sensation and the muscle activation down in your leg. Now, if any of those nerves become irritated, most often this occurs right up in the level of the lower back, it can cause symptoms such as pain, numbness, or tightness to travel down into your leg or to travel down that nerve. And so the cause of the actual pain is usually up here, related to the disc or related to the nerve in the lower back. But the symptom or the thing that you feel is down into your leg. The analogy that I like to draw is treating symptoms is kind of like trying to put out a fire by spraying water at the smoke. Yeah, it's going to clear the smoke from the air, but if we don't do anything about the fire, it's just going to come back again. So the best thing you can do is treat the actual cause. We need to spray the fire, or in this case, we need to treat the nerve irritation up at the back level. And again, these are the 3 exercises that I would recommend for you to do that. Now, the first thing you should start with is some stretching to your lower back to try to relieve some of the pressure that's on that nerve. However, not all lower back pain comes from the same source, and not all sciatica comes from the same source. Therefore, we need to be a little more selective in our exercises and in our stretching. That being said, disc pain, such as a bulged disc or a herniated disc, those problems tend to respond better to extension exercises. Exercises where we're bending backwards, such as a cobra pose, where you lay flat on your stomach and then press up onto your hands as high as pain allows. You should feel a good, comfortable stretch to your entire spine with this. Most importantly, it should help those sciatica symptoms to feel better, to improve, to lessen, or to even creep up higher towards your lower back. Now, if you have a degenerative disc problem, such as arthritis or stenosis or disc degeneration in general, those issues tend to respond a little bit better to flexion activities, such as a child's pose, exercises where your back is rounding forward, creating more space for those nerves to exit out of your spinal cord. Now, if you're unsure what's causing those sciatica symptoms in your leg, you might try both of these exercises out, both the extension and the flexion. One should help it to feel better. Again, we're looking for a decrease in symptoms or those symptoms coming up your leg and closer to your lower back. That would be an indication that pressure is alleviating on that nerve. And so then that's the one that you would want to perform. 20 to 30 second holds in each position, repeated 3 times is a great number to shoot for. Another great way to get rid of these sciatica symptoms at home is with decompression or traction. And basically the idea with this is that we take the vertebrae above and the vertebrae below and we create some space between them. We create some vertical separation to alleviate stress on the nerve. Now, this is one of my favorite techniques. I like this one so much, I actually have a whole video about this. If you get some relief from this, check the description down below this video. I've got that video linked. You might benefit from that. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do this at home. The first one requires a pull-up bar at home or in the gym. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to grab that pull-up bar and then just bend my knees to introduce, again, more of this traction or this decompression force throughout my entire back. I don't want you to hang unsupported because actually that turns on a lot of the core muscles. We want them to relax. And so I'd like you to keep your feet on the ground, but just very, very lightly. And what you should feel there is a nice, good stretch to not only your lower back, but really your mid back as well. Hang out here for as long as you can, 20 to 30 seconds, and then repeat that multiple times is a good number to shoot for. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar, or if you don't have the upper body strength to hang there long enough, what you can do is we can do this at home. I love the edge of the bed for this. You could also do it on the kitchen table. If that is the case, just grab a big pillow so that it doesn't hurt your hips too much. And now what we're gonna do here is lay my torso down on the table. My feet are still down, my toes are still down on the ground, and then I'm just gonna flop over the table with a bend in my knees. Now me personally, I'll even kind of come up here with my arms just so that my upper body is stable and anchored. But what happens is the weight of your legs pulls through your hips and creates a little bit of that traction or that separation force in your lower back. And when I show this one to patients in the clinic, it's not uncommon for them to spend 1 or 2 minutes in this position because they'll say, oh my gosh, that's the best my back has felt. Like I really get a lot of good relief with that. And so I hope that that's the case with you as well. On this one, same parameters apply. I would recommend 1 minute, see how it feels. If that feels good, you can go 2, 3, 4 minutes on this, and hopefully that offers you some good relief. Hey, did you try the stretches or the decompression? If so, I would love to hear from you. Comment your experience down below. If you did get some relief from this video so far, do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. Basically, that just tells YouTube that this is a good video. They show it to more people in your similar situation, and we all help more people together. So thank you so much for doing that. This last thing that I want to show you is actually probably one of my favorite techniques to eliminate sciatic nerve pains or the numbness, tingling, pain, tightness that you get in your hamstring. These are going to be some nerve glides. Basically, we're going to kind of floss the nerve out of that area of irritation. This is what it looks like right here. You're going to lay down on your back, and then with your affected leg, bend that one up and then hook right here behind the knee. Now that should be okay, that should be very comfortable for you. But now what we're going to do is slowly just extend that lower leg at the knee until we start to get some pressure, until we start to maybe get some tension. Maybe we start to kind of get a recreation of those symptoms back there in that hamstring, and then that's where I want you to stop. We're gonna hold that for 2 or 3 seconds and then return back down to that starting position. And then I want you to do it again. And what you should notice is that you're able to push it a little further before we get a recreation of those symptoms. Once again, hold for 2 or 3 seconds, and then we're gonna repeat this again. We're gonna repeat this for like 2 or 3 minutes. And what you should notice is that each time you come down and then come back up into it, you're able to kind of push a little further. Again, the goal is that the nerve is decreasing irritation as we floss it, as we glide it out of that area or through that spot where it's being pinched. And again, most people love this one. By the end of this, you should be feeling really good. The last step that I even like to mention is up here at the top, we can even add a couple little ankle pumps to that if it's comfortable. And that's just one more way that we can take that glide to the next level. And so extend up, and then we're gonna pump up here 2 or 3 times if that feels okay, and then return right back down. And then the recommendation on that is, again, 3, 4, 5 minutes worth is usually a good number to shoot for. Hey, if you want a follow-along video of exercises to relieve your sciatica symptoms, check this one out right here. This is a really good one. Also, if you haven't subscribed to Tone and Tighten yet, hit the circle here to do that. I hope this helps you out, and I hope to see you back here soon.